growing up, the C word was like that was the end of the fight.
Yeah, really.
You'd be like, "Bitch, fuck you and fuck you, whatever the fuck it is," and then there's psst, you ain't nothing but a cunt.
That's so bad.
The word, yeah, it would come out like, and literally you would see. I've seen small women beat the shit out of men my size. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why you gotta be a cunt? And it's like,
you just can't do, with black women, you just can't do that shit.
No.
You can't call them out of their name.
You can't call them out of their name.
That's they thing, out of their name. You can't call them out of their name.
Oh, no.
You understand? Yep.
That was funny.
Yep. You ain't call them out of their name. You call them a bitch or a cunt, it's on, bro. Yeah.
All right, put that on the list. Don't touch a black woman's hair. Got it. Okay. They're not going swimming, and don't call them by their name. Got it.
That's why I said
never call bitch or cunt, Billy.
They'll call each other bitches all day.
Yeah.
But boy, as soon as you say it,
oh no, yeah, they'll walk into a room going, "Yes, bitch."
That's me at work. Like, what up, bitch?
What up, bitch?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, bitch. What's
bitches,
going on, bitch?
What's up, bitches? Yeah, man walking in, what's up, bitches? That room get quiet and shit. They cut the music off and all that shit.
Like a record scratch.
I did that shit, I did that shit once and shit, and everything stopped, bro. I got my ass whipped in there that night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My wife and sister told me I didn't want to have to do that shit, but you brought the shit on yourself.
Look what you made me do.
Shouldn't have been talking shit.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting their ass beat, Ricky. It's what happened. Take it. Yeah, it is. You got to find yourself a woman that can embrace the slings and arrows of the verbal, language that's out there.
I grew up with my mother. My mother was a fucking rough opponent. She said everything to us.
Yeah, I tell you.
Right? Ain't no one prepare you like mama. No one can hurt my fucking feelings.
Yeah, I tell you.
No one hates me more than my mother, so I know it.
My mother loves me to death, but when she's mad, like I said, anyone could say anything else. I'm like, all right.
My mother, God bless her. I thought my name was motherfucker.
Yeah.
Growing up. Motherfucker, will you sit down?
Until he was...
Motherfucker, get in here.
Mine was no goddamn good. I thought it was my last name for a long time.
Yeah.
No goddamn good. Yeah, no goddamn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Boy, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
You understand? And I'm your mama. I'm telling you ain't shit. You ain't shit. You know?
You ain't shit.
Or how about I brought you into this world, I'll take you to find out.
That was a regular. That was a regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Followed by the shoe flying across the room.
Yeah.
My mother could have pitched for the Yankees.
Oh, shit.
That's how good she was. She could take that slipper. She had the flexible slipper like a frisbee. Block away.
That shit was like a boomerang. You could run in the room and go to the right, and the shit followed you right around to the right and catch your ass.
My mother was inventive. She would fucking chase us around with a chainsaw. And you gotta get started. You gotta start early. As soon as she goes out to the fucking shed, you better run.
Didn't your mother put the car up on the sidewalk to beat your ass once? Your sister was so thrilled to tell me this story that you got sent back to the third grade.
Yeah, that's the third grade. Oh, I've told that story, haven't I?
What did you do in the third grade?
No, what happened was I was in the fifth grade. Let me explain the story. I'll explain the story.
Okay.
I was in the fifth grade. I had gotten into trouble with my... First off and foremost, in today's world, the teacher would have been fired now. Mm-hmm. So, for what she did. I'm just telling you. She moved me into the third grade because she didn't want to deal with me anymore, right? So, she moves me into the third grade, but doesn't tell my mama, doesn't tell anybody. Doesn't even send a note home with me going, okay, you got to tell your mama. No one... I'm not telling her shit at that point. Why would I say that?
She would have got fired along with an ass whipping.
She would have got fired in an instant now. So I go, whatever. I'm now doing it for like a week.
Did you go to a Catholic school?
No, regular public school.
Okay.
So I'm in the third grade and these kids are like, I'm in the genius third grade class. So they're like they're talking about like Afghanistan and shit. Now in my fucking fifth grade we're doing here's the yellow crayon, Eddie. That was what we had.
You go play with the blocks.
Yeah. Eddie's a good finger painter.
But I bet you could beat up anybody in the class.
I could kick the shit out of all those nerds. They were hiring me by the end of the week. Kick the shit out of this guy for me.
That's right, man.
He's big. He's in the fifth grade. Yeah. So what happened was, long story short, this thing kept dragging the fuck on. what happened was this bitch, and I'm never going to forget, her name was Miss Pister. I'm never going to fucking forget it.
Listen to the name.
Miss Pister. Literally what she did was she scheduled it to end after parent-teacher conferences. So what happened was, I'm with my father. Mom's off at the parent-teacher conferences. I already know the ass whooping is coming. I already know it. There is no debate. I'm not talking to Jesus.
You clung to daddy that day.
Oh, absolutely.
Couldn't you have told your parents that there's no parent teachers this week?
No. They get like a letter and a phone call and shit.
Yeah, but you make up a flyer and you bring it home and you say, look, you got
canceled. They said there's COVID. Yeah. This was in the 90s.
Cold.
So I've conned my dad into going, hey, my father needed, he's like, to go to the supermarket or some shit. Didn't matter what it was. I'm like, yeah, head of lettuce. Let's go. We need it. Let's get the fuck out of this house. So now we're in the car and we're fucking driving the fuck off. My mother now is coming up the block like a bat out of fucking hell in the Jeep Cherokee Laredo. All right. She comes up, pulls into the fucking driveway like literally a bat out of fucking hell. Pulls in. My father's going down the block. I'm like, you don't need to say hi to her. You fucking know who she is. Come on, let's go. So now we're going down the hill. She's now in the lot. She's in the fucking thing. She slams the fucking door and screams from the grass, my front lawn, that motherfucker's in the 3rd grade. To which my father does. He goes, what? That motherfucker's in that son of a bitch is in the 3rd grade. And then just, the car's still coasting at this point, and I'm like, just keep driving. Just keep driving.
Yeah, I'm doing very well.
Yeah. Come on, Jack, go. If it helps, I'm the tallest kid in the class. Just come on.
They love
and I got brought in the house, and the ass whooping of all ass whoopings. Oh, and I'm not gonna fucking lie. I deserved every goddamn minute of it because however, in this day and age, that teacher would have been fired because she never. Because you're not telling. It could be something as simplistic as you didn't tell me where my son was every day.
Oh yeah.
And something could have happened,
that's why
safety or whatever.
Fire and an ass whooping.
Anything, yeah.
My mother would have beat the brakes off that teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
She would have
been. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So I had that, but this was back in the day when. Remember when teachers couldn't do anything wrong?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like where you would get in trouble?
I know that.
Yeah, you get in trouble and your mother or your father go, well, what did you do?
Yeah, everything the teacher said was right.
Wait a minute, my teacher called me fat and punched me in the face. What did you do?
Yeah.
Well, you're fat.
What did you do? You are fat and you got punched in the face for it. What did you do? So that's normal. So now it's like there's no discussion. I remember vividly. Remember how we were talking about religion last week?
Yeah.
And I said I had to go to church on Saturdays?
Uh-huh.
Okay. This bitch, Pister, is now in the balcony section where the pipe organs are playing the fucking Jesus loves all that. She's up there watching me like a fucking hawk from her perch, watching me at church be the good little Catholic boy. And I at the end of church, she walked up, comes down the stairs, and goes like this: "Come back to class Monday." And it just walks away like the mother of all badasses.
The devil.
She just wanted to see how you was sitting.
Yeah,
if you was squirming in the seat or not.
Well, no, I couldn't do the kneeling or the fucking sitting because that's ass whooping.
She was looking for.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, what did you get hit with?
What didn't I get hit with is the real question.
Because my father didn't even use a belt. He would just go stand out the street, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just go stand and get in the car and start the car. What? Just stand there. You heard what I said, nigga. Stand there.
If you make it through this, you're grounded.
Yeah.
No, my mother was always the disciplinarian. My mother was the one that hit us. My father never fucking hit us. I got hit once. Because, he had, like everyone else in this room, he got tired of my shit, and I got a fucking slap at one point going, just stop. And that was the only time, God bless rest his soul, my father had ever touched me. My mother was inventive. My mother was the MacGyver of ass whoopery. She would come up with, oh, look at this hits. And she would hit me with it. One of the best stories makes my sister pee every time they tell the story. Do you remember that they used to make unbreakable bowls?
Oh, sure. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
My mother broke an unbreakable bowl on my head. Like, she hit it, the fucking thing cracked right down the middle and went,
That says more about your head than the fucking bowl.
I'm indestructible, Ricky. That's the thing you need to know. So, my mother was definitely... One time, I'll share ass-whooping stories all day. I have one of the best ones. I'm getting my ass beat. I'm on the floor, and she's punching down. Okay, she's punching down. I'm on the floor crawling like a retarded crab. Because now I'm on my back going, no, jeez, no. And I'm flailing my feet. My foot kicks the chair in the dining room into her.
Uh-oh.
She gets hurt. Wait, she gets hurt and goes, ow, you hurt me. And I'm like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I'm on the floor.
How would you like 3 cops to start whistling and turn around, and then your ass is getting beat by your aunt?
Nice.
Because I screwed up
your
at
aunt
school.
was a cop, yeah.
I screwed up at school.
Yeah.
Because she said, you caught outside smoking, it's your ass. And mind you,
and
driving
she meant
home,
it. Yeah, she meant
we
it.
hit every red light, and she kept beating my ass all the way home. All the way
now,
home.
Imagine if we had those speed cameras then.
And that's what I was going to say, because it's not just your mother, but when you got your ass whipped by your
Aunties,
relatives, your aunts, your uncles, the neighbors.
Yeah.
Because back in my day, the neighbors could whip your ass.
Yeah, they were allowed to
hold you for when you got home. Yeah. You had to sit in their house until your parents got home.
Yeah.
And shit, so yeah.
And then the dog would come down and the dog would bite you.
Oh, yeah, everybody got in. Everybody got in on it.
Yeah, everybody.
You know, so the dog came and bit your ass.
Bitch in the ass.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's why these kids act the way they do now, because there is no ass whooping.
No, there's no repercussions.
Because somebody actually...
They're not afraid of nothing.
Yeah, because somebody literally tried to compute child abuse with whipping your ass. There is 2 different things. If the person that is your parent, guardian, or whoever is taking care of you takes the toaster off the wall and then proceeds to beat you with it, that's child abuse.
Well, is it still plugged in?
Well, if it's still plugged in, then they're trying to just make dinner.
My mother used ironing cords all the time.
No, the cord is different.
Yeah.
Because I was beat by a cord, I was beat by a belt.
Right, she didn't burn you with the iron, but she take that shit out and hit you with the cord.
No, they never left scars.
Yeah.
Just marks.
Yeah.
If they left scars, that's bad.
Or put the phone book up to your jaw and punch the phone book.
See, I grew up... What was she watching? Fucking Berettas?
Your shit was dislocated, but no bruises.
Yeah.
You're good.
I don't even think fucking... What's his name did that? Crosby did that to his kids.
No, Bing Crosby used it. The best story about Bing Crosby beating his kids is that Bing Crosby... I don't know if I'm just remembering this from a Seth MacFarlane bit or if it was a real thing. He used to put oranges in a pillowcase and beat his kids and then drink the juice after that.
That's where you got the Minute Maid commercial from?
Minute Maid. I like to beat my kids. Minute Maid.
Next level shit.
Oh, I can't believe I bruised their legs. Minute Maid.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. It is. We grew up in different times where an ass whooping was just a way of life.
That's it.
And you fucked up, you got an ass whooping. Now you have kids that don't get these ass whoopings, and they grow up to be, I don't know, dicks.
We feared our parents, and you have to fear something. If kids don't fear anything, they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want.
Nope.
So you have to fear something. I knew back in my day, if any kids in the neighborhood, forget the father for a second. If they said we're going to tell your mother, you start pissing on yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
This and that. Now these kids go, so tell her. I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
This and that, whatever. And then
I'll tell my mother and father that you touched my ding-a-ling.
Yeah.
And what?
That's a whole nother story.
And what?
Because then if you hit your kids, they don't come in and take one child or the troubled kid.
No.
They come take all your kids.
Yeah.
That's how they pigeonhole you to bullshit now. So, but I always say nothing like a good old Joe Jackson ass whip. Nothing like good old Joe Jackson ass whip. Best ass whip in the world.
How many platinum albums did Michael have?
For real.
They have a special on, I think it's Hulu now, about Janet Jackson.
Yeah, I saw it,
very good.
It's a really good one.
It was on Lifetime.
It's called Janet Jackson, My Tits Are at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it was a really good one.
It actually paints a very positive picture of
I tell people all the time. I tell people all the time. They want to say that Joe was beating Mike and making him do it. I said, no. Joe was no different than any other father back in those days. Yeah. Man. That's what happened. You got your ass whipped when you got a line. Yeah, he kept those kids out the street. How to run your life. He kept those kids out the street. Yeah. They became the greatest family group in the history of entertainment.
There wouldn't be no Jacksons without Joe Jackson.
Questionable to some people. I think Mike was the greatest entertainer ever.
I don't disagree.
You understand? And so to see what that man did with his family and to sit here and try to dog him out now, talking about he beat his kids and did, look, fuck all that shit. I don't pay attention to none of that.
Well, look, Joe Jackson did beat his kids. Let's not fucking.
Of course, we all got our asses whipped. I know, we're talking about it now.
Yeah, but he would also beat them because they didn't do a spin the right way. Like they be doing.
So
we're practicing.
You know what?
Yeah, that's right. Do it right, motherfucker. Do it right. Terrible. You understand?
That's why
we got our ass whipped if you misspelled.
But
shit.
That's why I think. That's why I think that Michael always grabbed his fucking crotch. Yeah. He was just trying to block Joe. He was having like that phantom shit. He just wanted to grab his shit.
Well, he didn't
so Joe didn't kick him in the nuts.
Imagine you gotta go to rehearsal. You gotta wear a cup.
Oh God.
I'm just trying to sing, Dad. I'm gonna sing about Ben, which is a rat. You ain't gonna sing shit until I tell you. God damn it, I'm Joe Jackson.
And Mike's the only sibling who used to talk about Joe's discipline.
Yeah,
it was fucked up.
True, yeah.
And it's only because Mike, what Joe did to his mother. Joe had a baby outside the marriage, and Mike, you don't fuck with his mother. Yeah. His mom's that was it. Even when he stopped everybody from calling him, he said, "The only call I'll take is from my mother."
Joe Jackson,
he didn't play that shit with his mother.
Joe Jackson beat the black off Michael. Michael became a white boy, and that's why he felt like he can go squealing. Because you don't hear a black man doing that.
I met Papa Joe, and I had a drink with him, I told him how much I admired him for what he did.
And he had his belt off, ready to hit Ricky.
That's all right. Whip my ass.
You ask him to sign your belt.
Yeah, shit.
You are an inspiration to us all. Please sign my belt.
Yeah, shit. I probably would have been a star now if he'd have whipped my ass.
You're gonna went into business and sold Joe Jackson belts.
Yeah. All right, before we go.